her communication was actually horrible with me as a parent, and she wouldn't tell me about the field trip until the morning of, or the night before, and say, oh, I need you to fill all this stuff out, and by the way, Mom, you need to make me a lunch too, because I was supposed to, have a lunch packed, and we're already in the car on the way to school. And I would have to physically open up her backpack in order to get communication from the teacher, because that's one of the things that we wound up having to do, because her communication wasn't the greatest. And so a lot of parents have said, have similar issues with their children, because that's right, they're children. And they said, hey, it's sometimes it's very difficult for the communication between the school and us, because they haven't relayed with the kids. So I think to have an opt-in rather than an opt-out would alleviate a lot of the parents' concerns, and I urge your support.
Are there further remarks? Representative Steiger.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm asking for a no vote on the amendment. It sounds to me like the good representative's experience with trying to get information from her kids is very similar to mine. I have backpacks on the floor at my house, have for years. I've stepped over backpacks full of notes as a teacher. I had hoped I would get home in my classroom. That is not a problem we're going to solve, unfortunately, in legislation. But we do believe that the language in this striker around opting out is stronger than it has been in the past. So that communication to parents is there. We do not want to undermine the equity that is intended in this bill with an opt-in. So what we're going to do is continue to entertain notification amendments, maybe coming later on in the debate here, and continue to make sure that the things that we can solve in terms of making sure the districts have directives and educators have directives on how to make sure parents can be fully aware of their opt-out opportunities and when curriculum is adopted and taught. And so I'm asking for a no vote on this amendment, but agree that there are maybe some other areas where we can address the concern brought forward. Thank you.
Are there further remarks? Representative Volz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think this is a great amendment. We've already heard about transparency and accountability and community engagement. What better way to enhance that than having people take the time to learn a little bit about the curriculum and actually opt into the program. So I think this is a great amendment. There's an old saying that people don't necessarily mind change, but they hate being changed. So I think this adds to the inclusive nature of the community-based education that we have in Washington State.
Thank you. Are there further remarks? Representative Corey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm urging a yes on this adoption, I think, for a couple of reasons. One, the director, Chris Regdell from OSPI has been on the record saying that we should consider this approach. So I think it's a good idea. I think affirmative consent is appropriate given the nature of this topic. So I would strongly urge a yes, so that students and parents who feel that they need this taught in the schools rather than at home can opt in and get the education they request.
Are there further remarks? Representative Tai.
I would ask for a no vote, and again, I think I'm gonna reiterate what Representative Stonio has shared earlier. There are space for legislations, and a lot of these work, and I definitely agree there's basis for parental involved. And the conversation regarding opt-in and opt-out has been, if anything, more confused for our parents and for our students. The opt-out is really the matter of respecting the need of individual family, whereas the opt-in is simply the matter of where do we put our values. And again, the standards, the basic standards that should be offered to all of our students. And once again, I'm urging a no vote on this amendment.
Thank you.